My name is Caroline Salom and I work with the Institute for Social Science Research at the University of Queensland. I've been doing evaluation for nearly 20 years now in small organisations, in universities and for public organisations. But I've also been designing evaluations for other people to do for about 10 years now. And for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been involved in teaching evaluation. So it's something that I do all the time and have done for a long time. But it's also something that I've learned that a lot of other people do constantly without realising it. So a big part of our work is helping other people to understand that they can do evaluation, and they do it. So it's really not as hard as they think. When we think about doing an evaluation, one of the really big questions is who should be doing this? And so we have to think very carefully. It's different for every evaluation. But what we find with our work at ISSR is that co-design and collaborative development and then co-implementation are things that become a very natural part of what we do. And that for us is vital because we have to think about who is it that needs the information from this evaluation? And that very important question determines everything we do from the beginning. So we think about who wants to know the answers. Is it the people for whom the program is being implemented? Is it the people who want to fund the next iteration of it? Or is it the people who are actually the recipients of the program? And typically, all three of those groups are important. So it seems natural that they're all at the table, both in the planning phases and then the doing phases and then the understanding phases. So for us, it means that everyone should be around the table, everyone should be considered, everyone should have a voice, and everyone's ears are really important when we're thinking about communicating our findings. So there are advantages to having different people involved. If you have a group of people who are running the program, they should be involved because they're the experts in what is being done. They know how the program's supposed to work. They actually know what's happened on the ground, which isn't always exactly what was supposed to happen. And they can tell us about the nuances of how things work in particular situations and with different people. It's really important to have people with evaluation expertise there as well. And that's useful because they can take a step back from the program and look at it a bit dispassionately and help with answering some of the harder questions like, did it really work? And what should be our next step? Because if we're the people doing the program, then sometimes we're a little too attached to what we do. So we need that broader horizon view to help us understand how things work. It's also really important to have the people who are funding the program at the table at least part of the time, because we need to understand what their goals are for the evaluation and what will help encourage them to fund the program further and continue supporting the very important work that the program's doing. So when we're thinking about it, we don't want to know what answers they want to hear, but we do want to know the sorts of information that will help them make those decisions and how it should be framed so that they can understand it readily and they can then make the decisions that are important for the people who are the recipients of the program. The other people we really need to have around the table are the people who are the recipients of the program themselves. So they need to be able to tell us what their experience of the program is, whether it was conducted the right way, whether it was culturally appropriate for them, whether it helped them understand their own situation better, because it's important that they become part of our learning and also our forward planning. So we need to talk to them about who the people are that we should consult when we're asking about the program. Can you help us by introducing us to those people? And then who is it that we should be telling in the community about our findings and how do we get to those people? So that collaborative part becomes absolutely important for all of it. And you can see then that becomes important at the very beginning of the evaluation, which typically should be happening while you're planning the program as well. They should be in contact with the evaluation group during the evaluation. We should have them all around the table when we're trying to understand our findings. And then we should also have them around the table when we're planning for how we actually share our findings.